When working with chemicals, there is always a level of risk. But when safety procedures aren't taken seriously, trust is diminished and consequences potentially can be devastating. Global MSDS has made it their mission to change that. Duncan Golestani went to see how they're supplying companies, big and small, with the tools to change the face of the industry.
At Selectamark headquarters, marking technology is being applied to a car to deter theft and help recovery if it is stolen. Like many products used in daily life, Selectamark's technology relies on a variety of chemicals, and that brings a legal responsibility. For any company supplying or handling hazardous chemicals, you need these safety data sheets. They're required by law. But with thousands of chemicals in the market and different regulations around the world, it can be time-consuming and expensive.
As a small business owner, you have to do as much as possible, and there are certain bits of the business that require expertise, and that's keeping up to date with chemical legislation is almost impossible for a small business, and that's why we look to outsource the service to real specialists in the field.
7 years ago, Selectamark began working with Global MSDS. It supplies safety data sheets at prices a family-run business like this can afford, but also on a scale large corporations can utilise.
It is very complex to achieve that combination of high quality and low cost. With manpower costs, it is almost impossible to do this using expert knowledge. For this, we are actually using artificial intelligence, which captures over 40 years of experience of global markets and global regulations. And we combine that with access to large databases of governmental data on chemicals.
Do you see a bigger mission to what you do?
The industry itself has to concentrate on complying with regulations, and a first part of that is understanding what these regulations are, and then secondly, to comply with them.
To that end, GMSDS provides extensive chemical data and regulatory information for free, as it tries to promote awareness and compliance across the chemical industry. SBZ Corporation is a manufacturer and supplier of additives to the global fuel and lubricant markets. As well as multiple regulations in different countries, they have to handle complex questions from customers, so they partnered with GMSDS.
Our strapline is being the major alternative, and with that comes we need to be flexible and responsive. GMSDS lets us do that because it lets us concentrate on the product development, and we can rely on their technical expertise so that the regulatory and the safety aspects are covered. We can concentrate on our core business.
Little wonder more than 1,600 customers worldwide have turned to GMSDS, building confidence in chemicals not just between companies but throughout the industry.